anyone can. Few will. Why not you? Do you agree that anybody can be successful in this business?
Yes.
Yes. Do you know and have you seen that few will be successful?
Yeah.
You see the numbers. Why not you? I mean, it is so accessible to you. Success is so accessible to you in this business. Anyone can be successful. I've been doing this for 27 years. I've seen thousands of agents come and go. And I've seen agents come into business and they have all of the tools. I mean, zero lack of tools to be successful. And they just won't do what it takes and fail. I've seen people get into this business with every hindering factor known to man, and with grit and determination, they do what it takes to be successful and crush the competition. I don't care. I'm talking if your behavior profile says you're a perfect match for a real estate agent, mega agent, whatever, or it says you are not good at anything. Like, never let any one of those types of things keep you back from success in this business, because anyone can. You will. Why not you? So I just want that to resonate with you, and we'll revisit that at the end of our time together this morning. But that is such an absolute fact of this business. And you have to know that, and you have to believe it, and then you have to do what it takes for you to be successful. Okay, we're gonna revisit a couple of things that we've talked about. I talked about this with y'all when we did Business Planning Clinic. Welcome back to normal, okay? So the market looks very normal right now. We'll go over some statistics. I'm gonna give you some charts and graphs. You know, I'm gonna bring the fire when it comes to charts and graphs, yes? So, and we're gonna talk about the market. We're gonna talk about nationally and locally. But more importantly, I just want you to know, welcome back to normal. And then the last thing that we're gonna revisit before we get into the numbers is this. So what does that say?
Now here.
Opportunity is now here, or opportunity is nowhere. You get to pick that. And you know, this is worth replaying this conversation, because opportunity is now here. There are a lot of opportunities in this marketplace right now, and there will be a lot of opportunities in the marketplace in 2024. And so you get to decide, welcome back to normal, and either opportunity is nowhere. And I would very, very seriously caution you against any type of these gross generalizations that you hear agents talk about that are like, you know, poor mouthing the marketplace. Like, oh, there's no listings, there's none of this, everybody's that, this is all terrible, okay? You will hear agents say those things, and you cannot buy into those philosophies, those gross generalizations about the condition of the marketplace, because it's just not true. And I'm gonna tell you what's true today. I'm gonna give you facts about what's going on in the marketplace and what your opportunity is. So don't buy into any poor mouthing that goes on in the agent industry, because anyone can, few will. Why not you? All right, so 2024 will be my year of good haircuts. I don't know. 2024. What is it? What is your year? What is this gonna be your year of? And so you gotta find that purpose of 2024. We won't go through that process right now, but you have to find the purpose of the year. So a lot of people ask me, they say, what should I listen to get data from the real estate market? And what do I tell you all the time that you should tune into to get real estate information, market data? Keeping current matters. Yes, KCM. Keeping current matters. So keeping current matters, if you don't know that, you need to know that. You need to subscribe to that. It's like 25 bucks a month.
40.
It's 40 bucks a month.
It went up. Inflation, everything.
Inflation, everything's going up, you know? And so it'll be some of the best $40 that you ever spend, because they consolidate all of the key points about the real estate market, and then they spoon feed it to you in a way that you can understand it, and then you can be the economist of choice to your database and to the people who depend on you in the marketplace. So keeping current matters, Steve Harney, they say this is going to be the year of fives. the year of fives. And so the year of fives is five will be the handle on the interest rate is what their prediction is. So the handle on the interest rate is whatever the number is. So right now, the interest rate's about 6.5. Right? So the interest rate's about 6.5 right now. So the handle on the interest rate right now is 6. Thankfully, it's not 7, it was 8. So thankfully, the interest rate, the handle is not 8, it's not 7, it's 6. And the prediction is that sometime in 2024, it'll be high fives, low sixes. The handle will be 5. The other prediction is 5.5 million total home sales in the US in 2024. 5.5 million home sales. Times 2 sides per sale. So 5.5 million home sales. And that's total. So that's existing home sales plus new homes. And then approximately 5% appreciation in the marketplace.
Those are all good numbers.
Those are all fantastic. Welcome back to normal. This is normal. Okay, 6.5, 6 1/4, 5 7/8, 5.5 million units, 5% appreciation. Boring. Like ho hum. It's just normal. And there are tons of opportunities in that normal for those who will do what it takes to take advantage of those opportunities. So it's not like 2020, 2021, and to the third quarter of 22, where you had to hide behind a tree not to make money and deals would just slap you in the face. Okay, this time's not like that time. This is normal. Welcome back to normal. So I went through this, but this is one of the talking points of Keeping Current Matters, which is most agents know what's happening. Good agents can understand what's happening, and great agents can explain what's happening. So again, to the point of coming to days like this and looking at Keeping Current Matters and doing some key searches in the areas that are your target market so that you can have this conversation is really, really critical. So that you can consult with people who depend on you to be the economist of choice and help them to make decisions as it relates to real estate in their life. All right. So we'll go through some numbers. This is just a story of interest rate. You can see kind of how that went up and peaked and then came back down. When we get into this 6.5 between basically 5 3/4 and 6 1/4.
You're gonna send all these, right?
Yeah, these will be available.
I just wanna make sure,
They
cause
have
a
a
lot
PDF.
a lot of people
Yeah,
are,
You can have all of these slides,
Yep.
yes. Even the one with my haircut. So, just don't post that on Facebook. We might edit the PDF before. That's So anywhere in that 6.5, people feel much better about that right now. We have some locked up inventory that still is in long-term financing at the 3, 4, 5%. So that's gonna take out a lot of the casual sellers, but the closer we get to 5 being the handle on the interest rate, the more of those properties that we unlock and will hit the marketplace. So people are still getting jobs, getting fired, having babies, getting divorced, getting married, people are dying. All of the things that force a real estate transaction are still happening. Okay, life did not stop, still happening. The things that are maybe not happening are the things like, hey, I live in this neighborhood, I really like the neighborhood, but I'd like to have, one more bathroom. So I'm going to sell this house and buy the one down the street. That's more of a casual transaction that isn't really necessary. And so that one may not happen for another year or two. And that's okay, because 5.5 million transactions is going to happen in this country in 2024. And I firmly believe that. So this is the interest rate story, and again, prediction is that the handle will be 5 sometime in 2024. And there are I've actually heard a lot of people say that. I've also heard people say 8. I'll be real honest with you, interest rates made a complete idiot out of fool of me for years and years and years. Like when it was 4 and I was like, I can't go any lower. There's only one place the interest rates can go. And then they went lower. I'm like, yeah, and made an idiot out of it. So, but there's your interest rate. This is the appreciation. So average home price movement. And you can look at the 49-year average of monthly price movement. You can see that in the summer months that ticks up a little more aggressively, and then it's not as aggressive, the appreciation in the fourth and first quarter. Well, this is a comparison 2023 to the 49-year average. You can see that we outpaced the 49-year average. So again, just welcome back to normal. When we were seeing 21% appreciation, 15% appreciation, that's not normal, nor is it sustainable. That is not something you want to experience for any length of time whatsoever, because it will destroy the industry that you earn your living in. And so 4, 5, 6, 7% appreciation. And we're beneficiaries of a really good major metropolitan area that has a lot of area to grow, a lot of industry here, great cost of living. And so we're not subject to a lot of the whipsaws that you see in more volatile marketplaces. So it's just more boring. And I'm okay with that because it's sustainable and long-term. You can make a career out of it. I would much rather have a great career here than have one great year somewhere else.
This is also much healthier for the economy.
Much healthier for the economy, for sure. So while I really hate to give you a Zillow stat, I'm going to give you a Zillow stat because it serves you well. And maybe you take the reference off when you are sharing, but that it says that these are the hottest housing markets in 2024, and you can see that the Atlanta metro area is on.
Buffalo, New York.
No, that blows my mind.
Say-
There's cold.
So look, why is that? Okay, so yeah, why is that?
Yeah, must be
Why is Buffalo?
Canadians.
Why in the world is Cincinnati and Columbus, Ohio on the list?
Affordability.
Because they won the national championship. No, they didn't.
So,
Are those markets that have suffered for longer?
so let me tell you why. And so the number one, there's a lot of migration from those locations, and it suffered some glut of inventory and some downward pricing pressure. We were at a wedding a few months ago for Nikki's cousin in Dayton, Ohio. And we were talking to her cousin who they just had a baby. And they were moving out of one place and they were moving to get another place. They were looking for this like 2,500 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3-bath house in the suburbs of Dayton. And so we were curious. We're like, all right, that's great. How much are you going to pay for that? And they said, $250. Okay. So Cincinnati, Columbus, one of the hottest places because a young family that is growing can afford a 4-bedroom, 3-bath house with enough square footage to continue to grow it. And so that plays out when you've experienced massive appreciation for a long period of time and the interest rate market is different than it was in 2021, 22. So it just plays out. But more importantly is where you earn your living is on the list, and it's on many lists just like this. So I encourage you to know that and to be able to have that conversation. So unemployment, you can see we're a fully employed economy. There's just no two ways about that. We're fully employed. If you want work, you have work. We are a fully employed economy. And so nothing else to tell there. The retail, people are buying stuff. That's good. I read many articles in the last little bit that most people are saying there's really not any prediction of a recession in 2024. So the recessive state, like you've got certain little micro industries that are going to have challenges, but that's any marketplace. So there'll be some polarization in the marketplace, but overall, there's no expectation of a recession in 2024. The fundamentals are strong. The fundamentals are strong. So retail, this is average hourly earnings as opposed to consumer price index. So we're talking about inflation for a long time and how, everything's just going up. And the government did a lot of things in an interest of slowing that down, pouring some water, dousing the fire with some water with raising interest rates. That is working to some degree. One of the things that's a challenge with the US government is normally they pull a lever and go play a drinking game. And they let that thing run too long. And so they're just a little bit slow to make that adjustment back into the other direction. But the feds are saying, and they did announce that in 2024, not only are they done raising rates, but they likely will have a couple of rate cuts in 2024, which is a lot of that's already been priced in, but it is encouraging in the marketplace. But this key thing is that the hourly earnings is above the consumer price index again, so we right-sided that to some degree. Major US indexes, this is stock markets. And you can see they had a good year. Average 30-year rate, you see 7.8, topped out. And then it's been on a pretty consistent slide and today around 6.5. So those are all key numbers.
Something that real estate agents ought to know, and I know we've talked about this, is that if you go historical average, it's 7.17 for the interest rate. So even at 7.8 or 8%, we were just only slightly above that, but it was such a shock because of the 3%. So the 6.6 is actually below the average.
Yeah, and we've, you know, when you have a conditioned marketplace that's conditioned to 3%, 2.875, 4%, 4.5, 5% on long-term money, then it is a challenge to convince that marketplace that 6.5 is a good interest rate. But like the marketplace just settles into that pretty quickly. Quite honestly, y'all are the ones that have a bigger problem with it than the consumers do. I'm just saying that, like I hear it all the time, agents belly aching about an interest rate, when really you've got a great lender and you've got good solutions. You can find really great solutions for your clients in this marketplace, and 6.5 is not a bad interest rate. Historically, nor is it bad. I mean, basically, we just had a little blip in history where the interest rates were ridiculously low. And, you know, I even challenge, I hear people say, we'll never see that again in our lifetime. Well, you don't know that.
Another pandemic and we could be there. Everybody quit washing your hands.
So 6.5% interest rate. This is another thing is you're seeing news stories that are coming out that, and the headlines are more positive to the marketplace. And so positive stories about real estate, positive stories about there's more buyer demand and interest rates are coming down. There's some more inventory, prices are going up. You know, you've got some solid appreciation. You have a lot of stories out there right now where the headlines are more positive. Now, it's the same thing that I'll tell you whenever you have negative headlines, because there will be plenty of those. You know, what's happening in November of 2024? It's the election. So this is an election year. And so it's going to be hotly contested. There's going to be division all across the US, and there are going to be major voices in everyone's ear that is telling you that you should be mad at you, and you should be mad at you, and you're the problem, and you're the problem, and you're the problem, and you're the problem. Don't listen to that crap. We are a much more united country than the voices in your ear would tell you that we are. And so on these stories, just like when they're negative headlines, you need to read the article. So look at headlines, that's good, but read the article. Don't just be a headline reader, be an article reader, because many times there will be a headline that'll be super sexy and very provocative. And then you get into the article and the article is completely contradicting what the headline said with data.
That's exactly what writers do.
It's the
That's
craziest
their
thing.
job, to
Yes.
get you to read that.
Yeah, so just in case, let's revisit that. There's one reason and one reason only for these articles. What is it?
Yeah.
Clicks, why?
Money.
Advertising for money. It's a money game. It's not an informing you game. It's a money game. So, but you guys know all of that. But the thing I want you to see is that the headlines are turning. Okay, so this is North Hall, North Gwinnett, South Hall, South Brown Jackson. I just pulled basically cities that are our predominant marketplace for Keller Williams Atlanta Partners, North Gwinnett. This is your backyard. So this is the median sold price for the last year, and you can see up 9.7%. We have had an increase in price in the last year in this area. Okay, it is still strong. There is the clients that are telling you I'm waiting for the price to come down. They're going to be waiting. You have to have the ability to have that conversation backed up by data instead of like, oh, the price isn't going to come down. Well, why not? Because I said so. It's like, that's not, you're working for a paycheck in their mind, not advising them on what's their best decision as it relates to their real estate needs. And so you being able to present them with information, talking about what kind of houses in the market, talking about the list to sale price, talking about the increase in average price per square foot, the median sold price, These numbers are very important. They're the numbers of your business, and you have to be able to share that with people to help them make good decisions for themselves. You are not a salesperson trying to sell them a house. You do sell people on your services as the consultant that they need, and then you are consulting them on their real estate needs. A lot of times the consultation ends with, you should not buy or sell right now. And if you are that person's true real estate consultant, you will be comfortable if their circumstance points towards them not doing something right now. You're comfortable saying you should not make a move right now. I think you should hold in this marketplace. And very comfortable telling people they should not hold and they need to move. And here's why, and here's the information, and so you have to be able to tell that story every day. Okay, a few more of these, and this is quarter over quarter, so fourth quarter 22 versus fourth quarter 23. For sales down 8.1, under contract up 4.7, and sold basically flat at just down 1.2. So this is quarter over quarter. This is for that entire time frame. And so for sale down 4.2, flat under contract, and sold up 6.6. Basically, what I want you to see there is what you see is what you get. Okay, in this marketplace, what you see is what you get. We have seasonality. We've got a nice little seasonal bell curve. Fourth quarter, first quarter is going to be a little soft. Second quarter, third quarter is going to be strong. We're going to repeat the cycle again in fourth quarter. Interest rates are going to be somewhere low sixes, high fives. The number of sold property is going to be 5.5 million. Appreciation is going to be strong in single digits. That's the story of what's going on in the real estate market and right here in our backyard. Month supply of inventory, we're hanging around 3 months supply of inventory. We've said for years that 6 months is a balanced marketplace. 6 months supply of inventory. Most of the people in this room have never seen 6 months supply of inventory for more than a month. Maybe there was one time where the market shut down in COVID and it went boom, and then, but most people in this room have never seen 6 months supply of inventory. So I would say that new normal is somewhere in 4, 4.5, 5. So at 3 months supply of inventory, we still have a seller's market. We still have more demand than we have supply. And that is always, always going to give pricing support. So here's a key point nationally that supports the 5.5 million, and that is NAR is forecasting 4.71 million transactions, existing home sales in 2024, compared to 4.1 million in 2023. So we finished out 2023 at 4.1 million sales. The expectation is 4.71 for 2024. How do you feel about 4.71 million sales in 2024?
I just get half of that. I'll have my number.
2023, 4.1. 4.1 in 2023, the prediction is 4.7. Again, just to revisit, keeping current matter is Steve Harney's prediction of 5.5 million. That is total. And so that is this existing home sales added on top of that new home sales.
Close to 1 million in new homes and 4.7 in resale.
And I would tell you that those are national numbers. Right here in the Southeast, we have a far better opportunity in new home sales. So you're very fortunate right here because we do have the land available. We do have developers that have been in the game leading up to this, and we do have builders putting product on the ground at a pretty rapid pace, doing their best to keep up with the demand in the marketplace. So, all right, a couple of more slides on numbers, and then I'll get. So here's just graphically represented. This is back to 2011. And you can see this red line is 4.1 million transactions that we did in 2023. The green line is a prediction for 2024, 4.7. And then if you look at this 2013 to 2020, really the end of 2019, we were around 5.2 million transactions. So if you were in the marketplace during this stint right here, if you recall, it was a really solid, great market. A lot of opportunity. Who was in the marketplace in 13 to 19? Would you disagree with that, or do you agree that that was a good, solid, strong marketplace?
Totally agree with it.
So you see the difference in 24. The predictions for 25 is even better than that. And so that is not a scary thing. Now, here's what I want you to see. Many of you got into the real estate market right here. And either you just don't remember this, if you have selective memory, and you just remember that, or, please forgive me, you got lazy right here. Okay, and you stopped doing the things that you know are important for you to be successful because it was easier, and you got lazy, and you thought this is the way it's always gonna be. But this right here was a unicorn. So I appreciate y'all who like.
This is the awesome uniform.
The famous real estate unicorn.
I looked for a long time for that unicorn.
It shows.
No, not that one. No, not that one. That's the unicorn. Right there. All right, so forget about this. And just, this is a very, very strong market with tons of opportunity. Okay, this is the price so now I'm gonna build a story for you. I'm gonna build a story for you, and I'm gonna give you your opportunity in 2024. So this is 2017 to 19, in the end of 19, begin 20. This is 325,000 median sold price during that time. Then 2020 happened. All of a sudden, you know, this happened in price. We lived through that. You saw that. You experienced it. It's very unique. That's the unicorn. This is in this market center right here. So this is a multi-year trend. This is called a multi-year trend. We have this on every one of our businesses, and you have it in your business. And so this is all of the average sale price in this market center. These are your closings. And so if you look back 2017, 267, 280, 2019, 288, then we went 328, 375, 464, 471. So you see that rapid. So this is just kind of like normal, and then, man, it just caught on fire. Okay, so, but the average right there, you can see is around 270 something in 17, 18, 19. So one of the things that I hear you guys saying all the time, so these are the gross generalizations, okay? Like the commission's low, like people are offering no commission. I can't get the commission this, the commission that, the commission's low. I have to fight for the commission. Well, you have to fight and present your value so that you earn the commission that you are due. And so this is just, I want you to see the facts in this market center. Since 2015, the average commission has been 2.7%. 2.7, 2.7, 2.7, 2.7, 2.7, 2.7, 2.6, 2.6, 2.7. Okay, so there was a very tiny little bit of commission pressure in 21 and 2, and then we're right back to 2.7. Way back in 2010, we were 2.8. So you can't tell me that you're making this way less commission unless you are just weak at defending your value to the marketplace and having a unique value proposition where you defend what you're worth, your value as an agent to the marketplace. So if yours is way lower than that, that means somebody's getting 3% or higher than that. So, and look, this is not, okay, this is probably a good, is this being recorded? So this is not price fixing. Yeah, this is it's always negotiable, okay? But what I want you to see is that if you are doing an economic model in your business, it is very, very sound math to use 2.7% of volume to calculate what the commission is, because this is the average of the entire market center. 2.7%, we're gonna get off of that. So here's your opportunity. Here's your opportunity. Units sold 2013-19, 5.2 units, 5.2 million, that's an average. And then in 2024, projected 4.7 million, apples to apples. We're not going to do the 5.5 because the 5.2 is existing, 4.7 is existing. That's roughly 11% decrease in the number of homes closed in 2024 versus 2019. You guys follow that?
Mhm.
11% back, okay? Are you scared yet?
Nope.
Okay, good. Average sold price during this time period is 278. Your numbers right here in this market center. The average commission on each closing was $7,506 during this time period. Strong market. You already said that. You agree with me on that. 2024, 471 is the average price. The commission is 12,717 average, and the difference is 69% higher. 69% higher commission per unit in 2024 than in 2017, 18, 19. I don't know about you, but when I pay my bills with dollars, not like volume or units. And I like, so when you're talking just what is your opportunity in this marketplace, this is the opportunity per unit is 69% greater today than it was pre-COVID. So let's say that you're selling 12 properties per year in this time period. So the opportunity here, 17 to 19, you closed one house a month. You closed one house a month. That's very reasonable. You made $90,000 during that time frame based on the average commission and the average price. So we're backwards. How many percent? 11%. Thanks for following along. Appreciate that. We're back 11%. So we really can't say 11% on the units here. So I went back to 10, which is 17%. And if you close 10 at this price, then you're $127,000 in commission, which is a 41% increase. So we're 17% back and we're 41% more in the money that you earn. So is there opportunity in 2024 for you?
Yes.
Yes. Do you see this math? Yes. Right, now I know some of you guys, what you're gonna say is, there's way more real estate agents because blah, 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 blah. I got you. I got you. Uh-huh. I think I left you out. 2019, 1.4 million realtors, the end of 2023, 1.55, the difference is 11%. We kind of took care of that in the 17, but okay. And it's declining by about 15,000 per month right now. That's the pace. If you look back at 2008, whenever the Great Recession, 2007-8 happened, we didn't bottom out in the number of real estate agents until the middle of 2012. So I would tell you that this goes to your opportunity in today's market to get your unfair share of the 5.5 million units, is that a lot of the 1.55 million agents that are active right now have quit. They just haven't told you they quit yet. They haven't released their license. They haven't deactivated. They haven't gone in the holding company. They haven't come out of the realtor board. And so I know that's not you. But just know that competition is thinning right now, and it will continue to thin over the next little bit because things just got more skills-based and activities-based. That's an opportunity for you who are willing to take advantage of. Okay, so again, you got the fives, you got that. And so let's land here for a minute. Back to normal. Opportunity is now here. Here's what I want to give you tactical that you can take away, because look, we have so much training in this company and you have access to so much training and tools and resources and culture and leadership and coaches and all those things. Here's something I want to tell you is critical. You have to own the morning to win the day. You have to. And this is the direction, there's a direct correlation between your production and your daily routine. I stood in front of you at the business planning clinic and said, you don't choose your future. You choose your what? Habits. And then your habits determine your future. You don't choose your future. You choose your habits, and your habits determine your future. And for you to have a successful business in this industry, you have to win the morning. I'm telling you, you guys join real estate. I know I'm gonna be done here.
No, you're good, you're good.
You guys chose real estate as, for your career, this is how you put food on the table. And a lot of you chose it because you're like, I'm gonna be my own boss, you know, I'm gonna like I'm not working for anybody, or work for me. You know, and I tell you this sometimes too, like, would you fire you or would you hire you? So if you worked for you, would you keep your job? And so you have to set some structure in your life. And my encouragement to you is to win the morning so that you can win the day. Because when you direct, when you very, very specifically and intentionally direct your morning, I saw you didn't fall asleep and it fell off. It was, yeah, I saw your eyes the whole time. You did not fall asleep. So, but the thing there is that when you very specifically and intentionally direct your morning, then the rest of the day takes care of itself. When you wake up at a certain time, you do your quiet time or whatever it is that gets you right. You do some exercise, you spend time with the people in your world who are most important. You get to working at the time where you're supposed to be working. And just too often, you guys just, we let it slide. Let it slide, let it slide. So here's the deal. Seven key things of mediocrity and rear view mirror syndrome. I'm gonna hit these really fast and we're gonna be done. So rear view mirror syndrome is where, and this leads to mediocrity, where you are basically allowing past experiences to influence, and past failures and past things about your life and stuff to influence your decisions today and hold you back. Stop it. Okay? Look through the windshield, not the rear view mirror. Second thing is an unclear purpose. One of the biggest reasons why goals go unfulfilled is you cannot connect meaning to the goal. And you either just set a goal because it was arbitrary or because someone told you what that goal was, and you're not connecting it with a clear purpose that drives and motivates you to do what it takes to make that goal happen. Unclear purpose. You have to have a clear purpose. Isolated incidents. So this is thinking that just if I just mess up here, it won't affect anything else. When in reality, when you mess up right here, it impacts this and this and that and this. And so things do not live in isolation, they're connected. And so you can't have this isolated incident mentality. Lack of accountability. There's no lack of accountability in the culture that you're in right now. There's just not. It's all over. It's available to you. This right here is one of the most powerful ones that drag you down and keep you from reaching your goals. And it's one of the most easily fixed. You can put accountability in your life very, very easily. Mediocre circle of influence. You know that you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend most time with, and that's not just some quippy saying. That's real stuff. And so you have to choose your circle, and you have to choose the people that you spend time with, and make sure that if you want to up your game, that you're spending time with people who are also upping their game. So be very, very mindful of who you're hanging out with. And then insufficient personal development is one that, again, there's no lack of opportunity for you to build your skills and personal habits and do personal development. This is the law of the lid, John Maxwell. And then the last one is a lack of urgency. Listen, it's right now. Like, you have to do it right now. You have to have a sense of urgency for the work at hand, or this market will pass you by. Momentum it can be an amazing thing, but it can also be super cool. And if it passes you by and you're dead in the water, then what it takes for you to get that going again is very difficult. You have to have a sense of urgency to do it now. 95% of people, one of the things is you have to acknowledge that most people are struggling. Most people in this business are struggling. You have to choose to do things differently than most people, or you certainly will be like most people and you will be struggling. There's tons of opportunity available to you in this business. Anyone can. If you will. Why not you?